first and foremost, the only area that I'm open to guest worker visas of any kind is that we first and foremost know that there is a void, that hardworking Americans who are looking for a job may be out of a job, that's not for them, if you will. Now, we've seen, in my experience of having been in Central Florida in areas like Immokalee and been a reporter, I know that it is very difficult for some sectors of agriculture to find labor. So let's find an area again that makes sense for both the United States and, I would say, other countries as well. When you look at these guest worker visa programs, it's a win-win situation. What you end up doing is you fill the void for labor that you need here in the United States, and we'll get to the security of that in a second. But really, the best way to protect our sovereign country, to make sure that we don't have people illegally trying to cross our border, is to make sure that the economies across the border are solid. And if we can bring people in, and young men, for example, may be able to send some money back and feed their kids and put food on their kids' plate, it's not driving them here to come illegally, then I'm all for it. I mean, it makes sense on both sides of the border. Now let's get to security. I do have some immediate security concerns because we're talking about visas. And let's face it, throughout most modern history of the United States, people have just been simply overstaying their visas. There are no checks and balances. And so what we need to do is make sure that there is a safe and secure way of people who are going to come to this country to work temporarily, to make sure that we know precisely where they're at. I mean, if we can find Osama bin Laden hold up in some place in Pakistan, I'm sure that we can find a safe and secure way that makes sense for the American economy and the American people to again fill this void of labor. One idea that I think makes sense is, you know, we've got this fight right now, even in Florida, the constant battle of should people that we don't know who are here legally or illegally, if they're illegal, could they be able to get licenses? Well, if they're here on a temporary visa, why not put something on their driver's license that says this is when their visa expires? And if they want to be function in society in any way, shape, or form, whether it's driving or getting insurance or anything, everyone will know. You know, regular citizens, if you will, and law enforcement eventually will be able to know and clearly see that they've overstayed that visa.
So you're saying that people, if they do come here on a guest worker program, they should be afforded a driver's license?
I think so. I mean, if they can drive to and from work. Again, this is just a mechanism that I think might be yet another way to be able to make sure that our country is safe and secure, so nobody overstays their visa, or someone that has bad intentions for our country wanders off and we never find them again. If we're going to do this, and I am open to it, if we're going to do it, we just need to make sure that our national security interests are in place with it, along with the economy.